the unprecedented scale of impact is one part of a measure of Harvey's destruction. But what we also experienced here was Harvey dumped 33 trillion gallons of water in a really short period of time on the Texas Gulf Coast. And if you want to try to imagine what that means, Katrina was a 6.5 trillion gallon event. This was a 33 trillion gallon event. And so we view those, we have to look at that and say, we understood from the start that flooding was impossible to avoid, and that what we really needed to do was think ahead about what we were going to do in the immediate aftermath. Allison taught us a lot about rain events that didn't include wind, that how devastating they could be, how expensive they could be, where the loss of life could occur. And we prepared for that. And I want to point out something incredibly important. I've given talks for years on response to displacement and disaster. And at some point in every talk I say, no one's coming. And that's not a cynical message. It's not a hopeless message. It's a message of the way to prepare yourself for the unprecedented. People who wait, people who imagine someone bigger, better, stronger is going to show up at the most painful and excruciating moments following a disaster, have more trouble than those of us who understand that in some measure we'll always be on our own, and whether that's for a few days or a few weeks. We had been awaiting a mental health team, a federal mental health team, that would come and look at the way we've set up the shelter. And when that team arrived, we integrated them quickly, oriented them quickly. They quickly told us, did a thorough examination of what we were doing here. We got enormously positive feedback. We set up an additional session, and before that session occurred, they left and they went east, and where they're going to be needed. The biggest lesson, again and again, is not that no one's ever going to come, or that there's no help available, or that no one cares. But if you want the response to be as inexpensive and as effective as possible, we're all first responders at the scene of any disaster impacting us.